What's going on, guys? My name is Embrace the Pace, bringing you guys another video today, and this is going to be the final draft class and roster update video that I will be posting for NBA 2K16. Don't worry, the offseason roster will continue to be updated as transactions happen, but even the offseason roster, as far as outside things like player ratings and tendency edits and stuff like that, that's all pretty much finalized now, and really the only thing that will continue to be updated is just transactions, but that's significantly slowed down as well. The draft classes are finalized now. They will not get any more work done. I'm very happy with where they are, and I really just wanted to make this video for you guys just to kind of show you where the roster and draft classes are standing as we approach NBA 2K17, and also just to say thank you guys for all the support this year. It's been an absolutely amazing year. This is year 2 that I've been doing the draft classes as well as an off-season roster, and I could not ask for anything more. This year has been awesome. You guys really do seem to be enjoying the draft classes. You guys look like you have enjoyed them throughout the year, as well as the off-season roster. I've gotten so much great feedback from you guys, and it makes me really happy because I put a lot of time into these draft classes and the off-season roster. And you guys, it just definitely does seem like it improves the game, and you guys seem to be appreciative of it. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I've had a blast this year. I can't wait for NBA 2K17, putting in a lot of time and effort behind the scenes right now preparing for NBA 2K17, and I'm going to make a video about that very soon as well, giving you guys the entire rundown, but we'll talk about that in the separate video. Right now, as you can see, the 2016 draft class, my first project of the year, dropped on October 27th. So it was NBA opening night. I released this draft class, and to this day it has 4.5 million downloads. I've updated it 159 times. That is an astounding number. Last year I think we got to about 3 million downloads, which is crazy. That was my first year doing it. I was just completely awestruck at the amount of downloads that it received, and I didn't really expect anything more this year, but as you can see, 4.5 million downloads, that's an insane number. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it so much. We ended up with 85 players in the 2016 draft class. When I released it, it had 60. I added 25 more throughout the year. 85 is definitely a solid number. I'm glad I was able to get that many players in it. It was overall really good. I put a lot of time into it, put a lot of research into it before 2K16 even came out, so I had more of a concrete plan, and the plan was, it went really well. Everything went according to the plan, as far as the release date, as far as my goals for it, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm glad you guys like the 2016 draft class. Thank you guys for all the support on that this year. As far as the 2017 draft class, this one I believe released like a week or two after New Year's. I think it was a week after New Year's. I was planning on releasing it on January 1st, so New Year's Day. I actually got sick on New Year's Eve, like really sick. I ended up having pneumonia, and I was sick for like a month. It was so bad. I haven't been that sick in a while. So the release on that was about a week late, but I released that thing when it had 30 players. Unfortunately, we only ended up with 45 in that class. I was hoping to get above 60, but it's kind of tough to do the future classes because you don't know exactly, which guys to make. It's not as crystal clear, and a lot of the guys that I originally planned for the 2016 class got moved to the 2017 class when they didn't declare for the draft or whatever happened. So I wish we could have gotten more in there for in the 2017 class. I'm definitely going to be aiming to get at least 60 in the classes, especially the 2018 class on NBA 2K17. Definitely want to get above 60 so you can have a full draft. But overall, this one got a ton of support. This one definitely outperformed the 2016 class on NBA 2K15, which is, the second class. This one ended up with about 1.4 million downloads, which is crazy. I think last year my second draft class didn't even hit a million. So this was really crazy, and you guys seem to be liking that draft class. Updated it 68 times. It's a little tricky with the future classes because it's easy to get burnout after putting in so much work to the 2016 class. doing an entire, separate one later in the year, it definitely kind of burns you out. But overall, I think that was a really good draft class, and thank you guys for all the support on that one. As you can see, both of those are at the top of the download list, so I really like having the rosters really high up on the download list because that just exposes it to more and more players. So that's really, really nice, and I was happy with that this year. As far as the off-season roster, as you can see, 540,000 downloads. That's well below where it was last year. But basically, the reason why the downloads have been a little bit lower this year is because of some confusion at the top that I didn't run into last year. Basically, what happened is, obviously I don't release this roster until, the NBA draft. So that's however many months down the line, 8 months after the game comes out. Or something like that. So a lot of the rosters that release at the beginning of the year already accumulate a lot of downloads. So there were a couple rosters up at the top of the list already that had about 1 million downloads. And what happened was right when the draft happened, the people at the top of the list changed their roster name to off season or all rookies or something like that. And since 2K has no description box or no rating system or anything like that, they accumulate downloads without people being able to review what the roster actually is. So those rosters that were already at the top continue to accumulate downloads. I'm very, very happy getting up to 540,000. You guys have been great this year with the off-season roster, giving me feedback, helping me out, especially with jersey numbers and stuff like that, because it's very, very hard to keep up with jersey number changes and the jersey numbers for rookies and stuff. So you guys have given me great feedback on that this year, on Twitter, on PSN, on Operation Sports, and I've had a really, really good time with it. Pete, the guy that helps me out on the off-season roster, he did a phenomenal job this year with tendencies, obviously revamping the entire roster with updated tendencies. And the difference between the gameplay with the tendency edits and with the default tendencies is night and day. The way that Pete does the tendencies, it's so smooth. It makes the gameplay amazing, much better than it is in the default roster. So he really contributed a lot to the roster, also helped me out with adding guys in, and when I wasn't home he was able to update transactions for me so I could update it right away, and it was really, really a great experience this year, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed the off-season roster, and it's just a really, really fun project, and I'm happy to do it for sure. So that's pretty much it. That's where the work has been this year for NBA 2K16. Got some tricks up my sleeve for 2K17. As I said, a lot going on behind the scenes right now that I will talk about at a later date. But we've got about 45 days or so until NBA 2K17 drops, and it's going to be really, really fun. Lots of stuff that I'm planning, lots of stuff I'm excited about. Judging by that first two screenshots we got the other day, the graphics look nice, and just hoping for some improvements to the creative player, improvements to 2K Share, so I can get these rosters and draft classes out for you guys and make them as realistic as possible. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support this year. It's been crazy. I'm glad you guys enjoy the work, and I'll continue to be putting them out for you guys in NBA 2K17. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.